Hello, okay, here we are back again. Bit of a wet one today, so you may hear some of that rain trickling down the studio doors there. But yeah, you should be ready now for this next back care routine, ready for the progressions, should be progressing nicely now. So the first one we are going to look at is the downward dog. Now we've looked at these before, tutorials, how to do the downward dog. You're not rounding that lower back. Obviously it's a back care routine, so we don't want to aggravate the back. So all I'm looking to do, remember the frog squat, so all I'm doing is picking up the heels, dropping down to this frog position, good little agility test straight off, and I'm going to walk out into this downward dog position, so I'm going to open the feet up a little bit, head down, arse up, so to speak, that's layman's terms. So glutes in the end, concentrating on that rounding that lower back. As we've looked at previously, you may need to elevate your hands and build up over time. But that's in some of the previous routines, and you can revisit the tutorials there in the playlists. So I'm holding this downward dog. Now all I'm going to do, developmental, big breath in, exhale, and I'm just going to go a little bit deeper into that stretch. So I'm just pushing the heels down, dropping my head down towards my knees, and the coccyx tailbone is going up as everything else is going down. So it looks like this. Big breath in, exhale. Extra stretch, don't force it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come forward into the upward dog prone cobra, so I'm keeping the knees off the mat, eyes up to the sky, get the vertebrae in the neck, and I'm going to do 3 of these with the breath. You should feel no pain in that back. You should feel a stretch, but pain is a warning sign to stop if you are feeling any pain there. Brilliant, and then I'm just going to gently put the knees down. That'll take the pressure off a little bit. And I'm going to come back to my child's pose position, which is glutes back towards the heels, forehead down towards the mat for this one. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths in, breaths there. Then I'm going to come forward again into this upward dog prone cobra, but the knees are on the mat this time. So as mentioned, you will feel a bit of a stretch there, abs, back, but you should feel no pain. Right, now I'm coming up to my hands and knees, and we're going to revisit the cat and the cow. So, digging those claws in like that cat, so my arms are in line with my shoulders, digging in claws and get that trapezius, look down, big breath in, and I exhale into the cow where I'm looking up and I'm easing the coccyx, tailbone back, but I'm not moving it. So almost back to those pelvic tilts. Revisit the alignments video. So, cat, all across the top of the shoulders, trapezius, top of the back, exhale. Look up, pushing that tailbone back. Feel that Pilates zip, abs back. You can do between 3 and 5 of these. It's a really great one for spinal health, gets all the vertebrae. One more. Oh yeah, that feels good. Last one. So nice steady breaths and moves, not forcing it. And getting some mobility in that pelvic area will really help if you've got back issues there. However, this one's more of a routine, incorporates strength. It's great for staying pain-free. If you're struggling a little bit, you want to revisit some of the ones on how to remove pain. Okay, so the next one we've got is we're going to go palm up to get that rotation in. So palm up, right one behind the left one, and I'm looking to get this shoulder and ear to the floor. Now we've looked at this one as well before. If you're struggling to get in that position, struggling with any of these moves, then you need to revisit some of the earlier ones. Now I'm going to raise this left arm up, as these are all progressive, so you can progress as and when you're ready. And I'm going to follow that with the elbow. I'm going to come out and I'm going to swap sides. So I'll show it from this angle, left palm up, getting the left ear and shoulder to the mat. So in some of the early ones, we just worked on getting into this position. But now we're looking to progress with the straight arm, follow it along, look along, don't force it. Then I drop down, my arms coming across my chest just to get a little bit more ROM, range of motion, movement. And there we have it. Now the next one is we're going to revert back to our bird dog, which is opposite arm and leg. That's your bird dog plank. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pick hands and knees, arms in line again. I'm going to pick this left knee up off the floor. Right hand's going to come across my body, and I'm going to rotate the arm out and straighten the leg at the same time. So from this angle, I'm going to try and squeeze the butt, push through the toes there, elongate. So we're looking for a horizontal line like that. Arm across, and we're going to move together. Arm out, straighten that leg. Well, and they can face forward, or you can follow it along if you like. You're not forcing the head movement, not forcing any of these moves. So I'm keeping that knee off the floor there. Rotating out. And I'm going to do 3. You can do between 3 and 5 each side, whatever feels good. Time dependent. And then I'll do the other side. So from this angle, picking up the right knee. So which one have I just done? Left and right. So I want to go right knee, left arm. We got that. So I'm straightening that out. That I've got to give myself some room against the wall. Squeeze and rotate together. Alignment, plank alignment there. Engage your core. Revisit that alignment tutorial if you're struggling. Like that. And back. So as I say, I'm not just letting that tummy hang. I'm engaging my core. That'll protect your back. Strong core. So you can face forward or you can look out. The choice is yours. But just make sure you're engaging that core. You're not just letting your tummy sag. So the next one from there, we move to the side, which is the thighs and hips. So I'm going to lower my side. So these kind of flow. So I lower my side. I'll show you from this angle. So what I'm going to do is reach, both knees are bent, I'm reaching for the ankle, and I'm just bringing this left knee back in line with the right one, so you feel a bit of a thigh stretch. About 3 to 5 of these, more if it's particularly tight. As you ease it back, ease the shoulders back as well, because they probably want to come forward if you're tight. So you're trying to keep the shoulders back, 4 points, alignment, posture, and then as I come back to that bottom point, I'm going to raise them up now. 1, I'm going to raise up for 3. 2, and by lifting it up and easing it back, you should feel the thigh and the hip. And I'm going to release that, and I'm back on the side. And in our previous one, we were doing the arm reaches. So by tucking the knees in, you're isolating that upper body, brings the upper body into extension, counterbalances flexion, long period sat down, hunched over. On this one, the progression is, so the legs aren't doing anything, they're tucked in. So instead of just coming across, I'm now circling. So I'm coming around, and then I finish in exactly the same position. So this one was across the body. This one I'm rotating, almost like I'm doing like a backstroke. Crossing my ear, keeping the bicep close to the ear there, and then you finish in that position. So we're going to do 3 of those. And on the next 3, I can follow it with the eyes. Like so in the previous one we did these, and then we followed it with the eyes. So now we've done 3 of these, and then we follow with the eyes. So I'm looking, I'm following with the eyes, keeping my head on the mat, I'm not forcing it. Yeah, extra stretch. Beautiful. Feels great. Then I'm going to come back. I really enjoy these. Great in between my main workout days. Helps keep me nice and loose, agile, pain-free. Some of them incorporate an element of strength as well, so it's like a stretch and tone. Keeps the metabolism firing. Rate at which you're burning energy, fat. Great job. Oh, that feels so good. So now from there, I'm going to roll onto my back, and we're going to look at the hip bridge, 2-foot hip bridge. I'm just going to drop the feet facing each other. We're going to do a little bit of adductors. So gravity, adductors in the thighs. Drop the right one, pick up the left, and alternate for 6. Then I come to my hip bridge glute raise. I'm going to pick that butt up and squeeze. I'm going to hold for 3 breaths without letting it drop. Okay, now from there I'm going to lower. Now the next bit is the right arm is coming back, bicep near the ear. The left arm is on the mat, and I'm pushing the left fingers towards the camera and the right fingers back towards the wall. So I'm elongating So the left is coming towards you, and the right is coming towards me. But I'm trying to keep, so again, you know, if you've got tight shoulders, tight thoracic vertebrae, can affect the back. So, you know, if you can't even get your shoulders to the floor, it's a good little test there. So I'm pushing through the right as I ease through the left. Just gently push your lower back to the floor there, not forcing it. Big breath in and out, and then you swap. So now the right fingers are coming towards you, fingers and arm, and the left one is dropping down. And gently ease your lower back to the floor. So from this angle, elongating, one move, big breath in, and together. We're trying to keep both arms on the floor. Now from there, I'm going to incorporate a few of these lying pelvic tilts. So you can see pelvis easing the tilt. Squeeze the butt, keeping your abs tight. We'll do 3 of those tilts. And then back to just lying there, lower back on the mat. And I'm going to grip each elbow. And I'm going to try and get elbows to the floor. And this time I'm pushing both out that way. So I'm elongating again, pushing my butt and lower back to the floor. And I'm just pushing these out like that. But it's a subtle movement. Gently ease the lower back to the floor, push, elongate, and then elbows backwards, away from the head, and you can feel all the lats. And then I'm going to relax that, and then I'm going to lie on my left side now, and do the thigh and hip again. Knees back, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what I'm saying is as the leg comes back, you know you want to come forward into flexion. Just try and keep the shoulders back, 4 points, alignment. Before this sounds a bit alien, I'm talking a foreign language, you will need to revisit some of the earlier ones. One, and it all makes sense. However, if you just follow this, have a little stretch off, do what you can do, you will feel a lot better. So I'm going to raise that one and ease it back. You'll find that you'll feel a lot looser and agile and energised. Relax. And then we're going to tuck them knees in again, isolate the upper body, and it's backstroke. Facing forward. This one's a bit tighter, so I may spend a little bit longer on it. Time dependent. So I'm going to just do 3 for the purposes of this video. And then another 3 with the following with the eyes. So backstroke, keeping that bicep close to the ear. So now I'm going to follow the head so you can see that I'm keeping it really close. I'm going to follow with the eyes, keeping my head on the mat. You don't need to lift your head. Oh yeah, that really opens up the chest, bring you into extension. One more. Brilliant. And then, lying on the back, I am going to straighten both legs. I'm going to cross the right over the left. We did this one on the previous, so the right foot is over the left knee. Gripping the right leg with the left hand. The key is keeping this right shoulder on the mat. So when we ease this one down, so as I ease this right one down to my left, you want to keep this shoulder on the mat. You don't want to roll it. So this is staying on the floor. And you're just going to ease down until you get your biting point out of glute, hip, rhomboid back there. Big breath in, exhale, ease it down. So you've got your biting point. Now on the next exhale, developmental breathing, stretching. Online guys, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Big breath in, exhale. As I ease this right leg to the left, I'm going to look to my right, the opposite direction. And then release. And swap sides. So I'm keeping this one. So the aim isn't trying to get this right knee down to the left, right to the floor. The key is keeping this shoulder on the mat and just going as far as you comfortably can until you feel the stretch all up this side here. So left leg is over the right knee, right hand on left knee, easing it down to my right, looking up, get your biting point, developmental stretch. Breathe in, exhale, look to my left as I ease the knee to the right, my right. Brilliant. Now from there, I'm going to go flat. So similar to when we just did it in the bridge, I'm going to push through the left fingers, trying to keep everything on the mat, and I'm going to push through the right toes. So one big breath in and out. Pushing through the left fingers, right toes. You should be able to see that. Release it. Now I'm going to push through the right fingers, left toes, opposites. And now I'm going to do both fingers, both toes. As you're doing that one, try to gently push your lower back to the floor and release. And from there, I'm going to go back to the bent knee one. Now I'm going to come over again, but this time I'm going to grip under the knee there. And I'm going to straighten the leg out. So basically it looks like this. All I'm trying to do, so similar to this one where we're dropping it straight, I'm going to go, bent, dropping it bent. Now I'm going to do it straight, but I'm still keeping that bend in the knee, so it's not dead straight. Slight bend in the knee, and I'm bringing it down, my right one down to my left, and I'm looking to my left on this one. So you're following it like this. Keeping both shoulders on the mat as far as you can. Now, eventually, when you get right down, you can turn that toe downwards and look to get your big toe towards the floor. All up this glute. Not picking this shoulder up. Oh, that feels good. Big breath there. If you want a little extra stretch, you can just bring the knee in towards you, the thigh. Just big breath in. Exhale, knees it in towards you. And then gently push the toe towards the floor. However, don't force it if it's a new one. Just bringing it over, get your biting point might be enough, but eventually get the toe down and then think about bringing it in. So some progressions there. All I'm going to do to finish is swap sides. Bent knee, start straightening it out, dropping it down, keeping this left shoulder on the floor, looking along, start dropping the toe. That might be the biting point. Don't force it. Big breath in. Exhale, get that toe down a little bit more. Then you can concentrate on possibly bringing it in a little bit closer to you and easing it down. However, don't force that one. I would imagine if you've never done it before, just by bringing that down, you're going to feel all this stretch anyway. So from this angle, looking along, key is getting across, looking to turn that toe down. Once you can comfortably do that, then you can think about, so you can see I've got a slight bend in that knee, you can think about bringing it inwards a little bit more, but keeping that toe down. That feels great. However, for all of these, do not overstretch. You're not looking to stretch into pain. And that is it. So that is today's back care routine. Give that one a go, and I'll catch you on the next one.